What happens when one tech genius from Chicago designs a suit that competes with Iron Man's suit by Tony Stark? The answer? Ironheart, Marvel's next big superhero. Therefore, our purpose in this video is to break down everything we know about Marvel's Disney Plus original, Ironheart. Release dates, plot details, cast reveals, juicy rumors, and how everything fits into the ever-expanding MCU. Let's dive in. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Who is Ironheart? So, let's start with the heart of the show, Riri Williams, also known as Ironheart. She's one of Marvel's exciting young heroes. Her origin story is as bold as the suit of armor she wears. Riri made her first debut in Invincible, Iron Man, Volume 3, Number 7, in 2016, created by writer Brian Michael Bendis and artist Mike Deodato Jr. She was presented as a black girl of 15 years from Chicago with brilliance beyond belief, and consequently, she gained entrance into MIT and managed to produce her very own Iron Man-style armor from basic parts and pure brilliance in her dorm room. Riri never wanted to be a hero herself. She wanted to be Ironheart. And now that Iron Man has actually been in a coma, thanks to the Civil War II arc, she is doing what she feels Tony Stark would have done, continuing the legacy as Ironheart under the guidance of an AI version of Tony himself. It's not just an Iron Man cop-out. It's actually taking the idea to the next level. Riri, as portrayed in the MCU by Dominique Thorne, has her first appearance in Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Caught in the midst of Wakanda and Talokan, Riri designs a new flying suit and stands her ground next to Shuri and Okoye. The film showcased her personality well, the smart, gutsy one, and ready to rise to the occasion. Release date. Mark your calendar, people. The Ironheart show officially comes out on June 24th, 2025. It was initially slated for release in 2023, but with a shift in Marvel's overall strategy with content, it got pushed back because of criticism about oversaturation and VFX crunch. Marvel Studios readjusted its Disney pipeline. Fewer shows and more quality. The first series to bear the brunt of this pacing strategy is Echo, which was released all at once for binge-watching purposes, unlike previous releases. Ironheart, however, returns to a weekly format, presumably to keep the fandom alive for many more weeks. Plot breakdown. So, what is Ironheart about? Marvel has not released a complete synopsis as of now, but teaser footage, cast reveals, and reporting from outlets like Nerdist and Screen Rant give some clues. The big theme? Science versus magic. It is expected that Riri goes back to Chicago after everything that happens in Wakanda Forever. Thoughtful about integrating into a world where her tech has brought attention and now danger. There, she's expected to upgrade her suit and face threats, even bigger and weirder, broader than before. Then enters the Hood, aka Parker Robbins, a street-level villain whose supernatural powers come from dark magic through a mystical cloak with which he can disappear and reappear. According to Marvel.com and D23 footage, the Hood's presence is actually set up against a huge contrast: technology versus dark magic. We might see Riri build numerous new suits, analogous to her development, raising the stakes even further. One leak shows her working on a different, heavier, and battle-ready version, enough to point out that her journey is both physical and philosophical. There also seems to be an ethical dilemma, according to Slash Film and Tech Radar. The saga could circle around how her inventions could backfire with governments and nefarious private actors, which would force the question of how much responsibility she bears for how her tech becomes weaponized. There's a lot of speculation, again not verified, that the conflict may be somewhat driven by a mystical artifact. And yes, the rumors surrounding Mephisto are still being heard, especially since Sacha Baron Cohen is being cast in a super secret role. If Mephisto does show up, it would further the magic science divide in this show. In summary, Ironheart seems to be about how a young hero wages a war with demons, both inside and out, while carving out his own place in an uncertain world filled with death and destruction. Cast and characters. Let's discuss the cast. Dominique Thorne returns as Riri Williams / Ironheart. Anthony Ramos will star as Parker Robbins / the Hood. None other than Alden Ehrenreich, yes, Han Solo himself, has been given a mysterious role, possibly tied to Stark Industries. Lyric Ross plays Riri's best friend, providing an emotional anchor for her Chicago home life. Also on board in undisclosed roles are Manny Montana, Harper Anthony, and Shea Coulee of RuPaul's Drag Race fame. Jim Rash reprises his Civil War role as the uptight MIT faculty member, which could be a hilarious callback. Then there's the supposed casting of Mephisto, who will be played by Sacha Baron Cohen. More on that next. Deconstructing the villain. Let's dive into deep examination of the big villain of the series, the Hood, aka Parker Robbins, first appearing in The Hood #1 in 2002. Robbins was first introduced to the fans as a small-time crook operating in New York City who stumbled upon a mystical cloak during a botched robbery. This was no ordinary cloak. It gave Robbins supernatural powers, like invisibility and teleportation. Before long, Robbins rises from bottom-level thug to dangerous magic enforcer, a dark force that consumes him over time. But the kicker is that the cloak has a demon connected to it. That demon is said to be Mephisto, Marvel's infamous devil-like villain, according to multiple sources. Though Marvel Studios hasn't confirmed this, the rumor mill has been going crazy since WandaVision. Since then, fans have been angling for Mephisto's introduction, and the shenanigans just intensified when Sacha Baron Cohen was reportedly cast in some mysterious role for Ironheart. Mephisto would, if the rumors prove true, be covertly manipulating the Hood, or possibly showing up to throw another layer of chaos in the mystical mess that is the MCU. Either way, for the franchise, a massive moment ties street-level tech heroes like Riri into the broader cosmic-scale supernatural battles. The Hood, by itself, is enough to engage the audience's imagination. Gritty and transcendent, he poses a threat of a sort that Riri has never faced before, a mystical one. Their dynamic sets the stage for a clash of ideologies and tactics, as Robbins employs dark magic and manipulation, while Riri invests in intellect and invention. Screen Rant and Nerdist also claim that we will see alliances being formed with other mystically inclined characters, possibly setting the stage for raising supernatural threats in the MCU. It's a different villain for a different character, really, and we're here for it. Creative team. Ironheart has a potent creative team behind it. Shanika Hodge is the head writer and showrunner for the program, a poet, playwright, and screenwriter. Hodge is known for blending street realism with poetic depth in her endeavors. Ryan Coogler is attached as an executive producer through his Proximity Media banner. Coogler's involvement hints at thematic continuity from Wakanda Forever. Sam Bailey and Angela Barnes direct episodes of the show, both known for their work on socially driven dramas and genre TV. You can expect a very character-driven show, but one unafraid to handle topics such as feeling isolated in grief, identity, and power. Rumors, controversies, and delays. It seems that controversies are a rite of passage for Marvel projects. But then, smooth sailing is not the style of Riri Williams, and so the show has been faced with its fair share of controversies. After accusations of uneven quality in VFX and franchise fatigue, Marvel Studios spaced out the content, as well as improved on their visuals and storytelling, which must have caused the aforementioned delay in the release schedule of Ironheart. And that was another bone of contention for the fans. Other shows from MCU such as Echo and Loki too have come and gone, but Ironheart, which entered production 3 years ago, was so late to the screen. One reason for this may be that Ironheart connects to the future projects of MCU so heavily that the decision to delay the release was for storytelling. In any case, the hype is real, because as we say in the kitchen, the more spice, the better. And Riri Williams' solo venture is cooking up to be a rare treat indeed. MCU Connections. How would Ironheart fit into the larger MCU puzzle? There are quite a few key connections being teased, and each one helps position Riri as a vital bridge across Marvel's expanding universe. First, there's strong speculation that Riri may become a part of the Young Avengers, with heroes like Kate Bishop, Kamala Khan, and America Chavez already introduced. Riri fits right into that rising generation of younger, next-gen heroes, each with their own set of powers and personalities, but united by shared stakes and modern values. The next is Armor Wars, the upcoming War Machine-led feature film. Once intended as a Disney Plus series, the project has transformed into a feature film and may even include Riri and her advanced tech as a significant part of the plot. With her knowledge and skills at building a suit, one could easily picture Riri as either an ally or a target in any narrative that deals with stolen Stark tech. Along with the above, another strand comprises Riri's relationship with Wakanda. The relationship established by the time spent by Riri with Shuri, Okoye, and the Wakandan community in Wakanda Forever was not a one-off deal by any means. There's potential for future collaboration, or perhaps even a tech alliance between Riri's advancements and Wakanda's vibranium-powered ones. Such new possibilities could be huge for conflicts based on tech in the future MCU. Finally, we can't ignore the mystical side. If Mephisto truly is involved in Ironheart, this opens the door for crossover potential with characters like Doctor Strange, Wong, or even Scarlet Witch, should she return. Riri might turn out to be the linchpin, connecting earthbound science with realms of mysticism and chaos. In other words, Ironheart could be the glue that binds together many corners of Marvel's next phase: tech, youth heroes, and the magical multiverse, all wrapped up into one powerful new legacy character. Marvelous verdict. Ironheart is gearing towards changing the landscape of high tech and mystical chaos. Riri Williams is making her own steps in science, legacy, and magic as she strides in the shoes left by Tony Stark. Her future is well guided in the MCU, connecting the Wakanda Forever, Armor Wars, and the arguable Young Avengers projects. Thanks for tuning in. Are you hyped for Ironheart? Do you think Mephisto might actually show up? Share your conspiracy theories down below. Smash that like button and subscribe to see even more crazy deep dives into all things Marvel. Until next time.